What is up, my guys? Welcome back to episode 2 of Lies of P. So just remember, since I'm going to be recording these one after another, I'm not going to be seeing a lot of your comments or anything like that until, the next day. So, if you want to comment, feel free, have fun, keep things lighthearted. If you want to help me with this Let's Play, feel free to let me know if there's anything I missed or should bring up, I would very much appreciate that. But please be respectful, and I don't really appreciate any kind of hate groups or anything like that, so don't, be that way. Anyway, enough about making this politically motivated. Not that I'm trying to. Let's just move on and have a good time, alright, folks? In the last episode, we started off and, just picked the first weapon, and, here we are. Finished off the central station. I know, not a great intro, but whatever. I'm testing out this new DLC weapon called the Crescent Glaive something. Wow, I already admitted it in and I already forgot the name of the weapon. Azure Dragon Crescent Glaive. My apologies. And yeah, let's get going. Meet the dog. This bad doggo sucks. Thankfully, we have a pretty long-range weapon with the glaive, so I'm not mad about that. Looks like it has kind of a slow charge attack type thing, but it has good reach. I like this weapon a lot. I'm covered in blood. Holy crap. I can see why people like this weapon. Until I decide more about my build, I promise that I'll only be using this specific weapon through until I want to say the first boss, or until Hoto Krat. I think that's a good stopping point for it, and then we'll get into normal weapons. So yeah, this plaza just has a lot of these guys laying around and some items for us to collect. It's pretty much what every area in this game is. He's like, I wasn't even up yet. There's a doggo. These dogs are pretty much puppets also. If I'm not mistaken, outside of some rare exceptions, all the enemies in this game, well, right now, are puppet-based. We do have living creatures, but I won't say anything more than that. There's the guy to our right, so let's go deal with him. I'm pretty sure he's a tougher enemy. Or never mind, he's not who I was thinking he was. Sorry. He's bobblehead now. Oh god. This guy's doing it too, kinda. Oh, there's my headache. Cool. I was trying to test out the new thing and it just kind of decided no. Yeah, well, heal. I gotta be careful because I'm used to that healing way more. Yeah, we can't go this way. And it's not like a normal shortcut lock. A shortcut lock has a very specific look to it that we saw last episode. I'm gonna say real quick, it happened in a separate thing I did regarding screen share. I wonder if I'm ever gonna have an episode where I did hit record, so I have to do the save the last like hour of gameplay thing and find out where I started the thing. The microphone I use picks up my voice automatically pretty much for that, so I don't have to worry about losing out commentary, but yeah, God forbid that happens. Dash, hold circle to dash, basically. It uses stamina. You can also do dash attacks, which I'll show off over. I want to go this way first. Aren't I a stinker? Man, that guy survived a fucking heavy attack. Maybe I just didn't hit the right place. I am very much enjoying this weapon. We're almost to a level up. I could use some of the ergo I collected, but I don't really want to waste that right now. I'm only going to do that really if I'm close to a level up or if I have enough or a guaranteed one at like a stargazer. Which I guess this would constitute that, but not right now. I don't know if I said that right. Yeah, this is the shortcut gate right here. Yeah, so if you touch the wrong side, it just shocks you, and you can't break it. So we'll come back to that later. So we're in an area called Central Plaza. Okay. Ready to go. My apologies. I think we already came from this way. Yeah, that's the plaza. Onward, dear friends. Good dog. I would keep an eye out because sometimes an enemy will be a little bit sneaky. It kind of happened earlier, but yeah, you want to watch out when you're in areas like this with a lot of corners. Yeah, it occasionally break boxes because there might be an enemy, or not enemy. Well, yeah, an enemy or an item behind it. I think this area is pretty much clear, so we can move on. So, when you start the game, you start off with something called, on the bottom right, you can see where we have our glaive in that little box. Above that is your weapon durability, and you can use this grindstone to increase the durability back. So I recommend keeping an eye on that, because if a weapon breaks, it doesn't break forever, but it becomes kind of useless. So unless if you have a really good secondary weapon you prefer, I would recommend always keeping that gate good to go. We'll get to that phone in a second. I'm going to grab this. Vivid Ergo. Okay. Alright, so this phone doesn't really do anything right now.
Attention, dear citizens of Krod. The recent public frenzy is believed to be just a momentary glitch. There is no cause for alarm. Do not panic, whatever you may hear. The city is safe to traverse. We repeat, do not be alarmed, citizens of Krod. We are effectively handling the situation, with the cooperation of the workshop and the alchemists. The puppets are, naturally, imprinted with the grand covenant that prioritizes human safety above all. Please remain patient while the proper situation. Your active cooperation is requested and required. You will refrain from any unauthorized departures, assemblies, or active protests. Never forget that your safety is of the utmost importance to your city. The time for fear is over. Krod is safe. Krod is
safe. Safe you say. Safe you say. Okay, if you say so. You heard her, ladies. You heard her, guys. The city's safe, so I don't think this Let's Play is much needed. I'm joking. I love banter like that. Fury attack. Some enemies become red and use strong attack called Fury. I'm going to pronounce that differently every time. You can't guard against these attacks, but you can move out of the way of the attack's range or counter it with a perfect guard. I suck at that timing, man. This is one of the alphas I was mentioning earlier. Let's... If you're going to use your red attack, I would very much appreciate that. I want to get that time. Let's test out. I used the wrong one. Fuck. I wanted to use our three boy, but I didn't have enough. I didn't set it up right. I just get the kill. Subject wheel and damage ergo fragments. Some enemies drop fragments. Or ergo specifically. Over here I think it's another strong enemy, but I'm risking it. No, I was wrong. It's just
Destination Hotel Quad. Optimal location for observing the destination.
Remember this area for later, just saying. Specifically, not the hotel, this area we were just in. Oh, you can... I have 1,000 ergo, man. Oh, we got a gunner. The best way to get through gunners is strafing. Or straight? I'm gonna go this way first. Well, take care of the... The dog didn't really see us. We'll go this way. I gotta sneeze real quick. I like this mic a lot. It has a mute feature, so you guys didn't have to hear that. Gross. Drop attack, baby. I missed! I guess I'm using a big, heavy weapon, so I'm not really too surprised, but... Man. This is bad. You gotta kill this dog fast, or it's gonna be lights out for me. Good. Fable attacks. Use triangle to use blade fable arts, and while guarding, use handle fable art. Oh yeah. Okay. I see. Weapons have distinct blades and handles. Each have their own fable arts. Fable arts use fable slots, and with different fable arts, use different number of slots. Charge slots by attacking enemies with weapons. Yeah, so I definitely want to use... Coming up, I definitely want to use our guard fable, because that's going to be a good one. Those ones typically are more powerful than regular fable arts. I don't want to waste it on just any enemy. Hey, we got that item from earlier. I don't know how to say that guy's name, but I'm pretty sure that's for repair. That's a repair kit for weapons, which we don't really need because we have literally one equipped to us, right? Oh, it's instantly, so it's like a much quicker version of what we use, but I prefer what we use. It's much faster. Let's test it out. That dude got toast. And as you can see, we're discharged at the moment. But each attack is increasing that charge by a little bit, so yeah. I would never recommend being discharged, but you know, early game we're not going to have much of a choice. Stable catalyst. Nothing else. Can't break through carriage, so we're going to continue back around. And puppet. I need to get a stargazer soon, because I need to level up, man. I'm worried. Oh, we got a shortcut. That could be... I think we're golden. Circus. Oh boy. So we're almost close to the boss. I think we might be able to do it this episode. Yeah, 14 minutes. I think we could do the next boss this episode. Unlock the shortcut, so I'm going to head back to the Stargazer. or camp, as I like to call it sometimes, to rest up. Yes, it will respond to enemies, but we desperately need, you know, the stuff. So level up. Add ergo. Let's see how many level ups we can get with. Wow, none from that. So we already need over 1,000 for a level up. Jeez, man. Yeah, so there's no point for me to use any of the ergo we collected. So we're just gonna level up naturally. Yeah. Really? We must be like really close to a second level up then. So vitality increases our guard gain, which is the bar that we had when we guarded and then got the HP back, as well as our HP and all our resistances by a little bit. Vigor is your stamina as well as your resistances. I think all these do resistances in some way, so I won't really mention that. I'll talk about the main stat, the common ability. Vigor is your stamina. Capacity is your legion, and weight. This is pretty useful to upgrade once we need more of it. Right now, I don't really need more of it, so I'm not going to worry about it too much, but this will be a very major stat we work on. Motivity is your strength. This increases how much damage your strength-based stuff gets. Higher the number between, I think, D rank, it's no rank to S rank. Higher the number towards S, the more damage that weapon scales with that type of weapon. I believe our current weapon scales with techniques. I would want technique because that increases our damage by 4 more points, which is very good. And advance is something we don't really have much use for right now, but this increases the damage output of, well, as you see it right there, our resistances as well as the other resistances there. I'm just muttering to myself. I'm sorry, guys. What do we do? We're about to fight a boss. I think I'm gonna put. Should I? Yeah, you know what? No, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put 1 point into technique. As much as I was gonna use fatality, 1 point to technique will help us get a little extra damage out there, which is very good. Now we 3-shot these guys. Nice. And I believe the shortcut was this way, so hopefully we can get there without getting enemies on our ass, you know? That guy's kind of depressed, so we're just gonna move on. I went this way. I already forgot which way we started from it. It's okay though, because we killed all of those guys without taking a single hit, so I'm not too mad with that result. Not at all. Go around here. I don't want him to shoot me from the back. I always forget about this guy. Red guy. Never mind. Hey, I found the right way. And I don't think that gun guy is going to really bug us. He's kind of just set in his own ways there. Not sure if I could really say that about all people we're going to encounter.
A powerful parade puppet is blocking the entrance. And that's the only way in.
Wow, we were...
So please...
This happens every time. That's... This guy... Okay. I'm just gonna explain real quick. This is not an enemy. This is like a test thing. Test your damage output. Went all that way for nothing. Well, you know, I'm not gonna remember every little thing, so it's not a big deal. I got enough for a level up, which I'll grab in a second, but I want to check out this guy's shop.
Hello there. Welcome to Krot, visitor. I didn't think there were any stalkers left to fight the puppets. You didn't hear? Figures. The whole organization fell apart. All that's left are wannabes and amateurs who think they can fight on their own. You ought to buy something while you're at the festival. You can't rely on yourself alone. Out here alone? You could use some help. Here's a festival gift for you. Now get yourself something useful.
So we can sell and purchase. This guy, I believe you could buy the starting items from this guy. We can't buy Fable Catalyst as I guess we just aren't special. Throwing cell is, I believe, an electric-based attack. This imbues our weapon with electricity temporarily. I might buy one of these. That's going to be good with the boss. And then we could buy the other starting weapons from this guy. I'm not going to buy any of them. For completion reasons, you do need to buy every single weapon. You need to collect every single weapon in the game for a trophy. So just keep that keep a heads up about that. I'm not personally going to do that this playthrough. That being said, you can gain access to their handles and blades for different combinations. Again, that's a mechanic we'll get to later. I'm personally not interested in that at the moment, so I think I'm just going to get I think I'm going to use all of them to buy 3 of these. This is going to be really good for the boss. I'll explain in a minute. I don't think I could level up, though. So I sacrificed... Oh, you know what? I can. Yeah. Right there on the bottom, it shows my level up. So let's see. There we go. So I'm going to spend what I just need to get a level up, and I'm going to put that into Vitality. I want to get that up to level 20. That's my main goal, and then after that, we'll mosey. Let's go this way first. Here appears a terrific puppet, I think that's how you say that, puppet that will enliven the parade. Enliven? Introducing Parade Master, a remarkable parade puppet model from the workshop to celebrate or collaborate the grand expedition. Celebrate the... Oh my god, I can't talk. Hello there, I'm the... Yeah. Ew, creepy clowns. Hope we don't have to encounter something like that. Alright, so before we move on, I would like to equip here using my belts different stuff. So I quickly want to go into my bag. I want to see what this does. It increases brightness upon use. Okay. I don't really need that. I could see just fine. Maybe not you guys, but yeah. Immediate character death upon use. Last resort. Oh, so it's like a self-destruct. Gotcha. Yeah. I'm going to equip my consumable here. This is going to give our weapon an electric charge. I believe we can use it with this weapon. Not all weapons can be imbued. They might have actually changed that in the update, but yeah. We're going to be fighting a boss. However, we're at 23 minutes. You know what? We're going to be taking this boss on right now. If I lose to him once, I'm going to have to save him for the next episode. I think that's a good compromise. We're going to be fighting the Parade Master. Let me get to the boss table. So your best call for this weapon, this boss, is to have strike damage and electric damage, which is why I recommended getting that adhesive. I don't think we can do strike damage at all. I think we just have slash and stab damage, which should work perfectly okay anyway. Yeah. We're just gonna fight the boss. I'm not good with telling you what we're going to be looking out for in terms of its attacks or anything like that. I frankly just brute force it. So just don't get hit. So when you're attacking with elemental-based attacks, if the bar turns blue, that means you imbued it with that element. And I don't remember what each status condition does, so I can't tell you what it does, but I believe it relates to speed. All puppet-based enemies are weak to lightning, so just keep that in mind whenever you're fighting a tougher puppet enemy. You can use lightning imbuement to help. I got imbuement to help with damage. Increased damage output. I think you can roll under this thing's legs for some high damage, but or not high damage, some damage. Not necessary for me to do. And it pulls its head off. I'm gonna imbue my lightning. That was a good call. Back off. I gotta use my last heal. Okay. Going for heavy damage? Yes. And then you have to stand in the right place to do a fatal attack. Face a staggered enemy to use your fatal attack. Eliminated, we get a Parade Lord or Leader's Ergo, which I'll talk about that later, and a Quartz, which I'll talk about that later. We can't do anything with that right now, so I'm not going to waste my time talking about it for the time being. I'm going back to the Stargazer to level up real quick and end the video off. I'm very glad we got a first time kill on that guy. That's always good to have in a boss. But typically for bosses and stuff, I might just be doing them on their own episodes. This guy was just kind of a quicker fight, just a very strong enemy, basically. But that won't be the case for other bosses down the road, so just, yeah. Huge FYI. I do not have enough to do a third level, so I'm just not going to waste any of that again, and we're going to just do the same thing, Vitality. Man, you can see that bar grow, man. So good to see. Good to see. And we're currently at level 17. Nice. I forget what level we started at. I don't really care. Yeah, with that, we defeated the first boss of the game and made some decent progress towards the hotel. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.